Kanishka, American markets ended in the red yesterday, isn't it? And all eyes will be on inflation data today.
Absolutely. Stocks fell across the board on Wall Street in that overnight session. The Dow Jones Industrial Average that lost about 200 points or about 0.5%. The S&P 500 that slipped about 0.2%, while the Nasdaq Composite that shed 0.3%. Now, while we did see a downtrend coming in on the Wall Street, it wasn't a major fall. In fact, the street seems to have largely ignored Trump's decision earlier to extend his 90-day pause on the higher levies on Chinese goods. Now, analysts say that investors seem to be betting on the upcoming interest rate cuts and counting on them to counteract the drag from tariffs. Today, the street will be watching out for, as you said, the Consumer Price Index report, hoping to gather potential insights into how the Federal Reserve will handle short-term interest rates, especially as the S&P 500 that hovers near that all-time high. Meanwhile, Bank of America thinks that Federal Reserve may want to hold off cutting interest rates at the end of its next FOMC meeting in the wake of the latest jobs report. So let's see how that pans out. But of course, the major development remains to be the tariff deadline that has been extended for China.
So that is the biggest headline, and that continues to impact the oil market as well. There is optimism that perhaps we could see some kind of negotiations between the two countries over the course of the next 90 days, and trade deals could be signed. We are seeing some kind of optimism because of which Brent crude is trading with gains of nearly a quarter percent today morning to trade near that $66.8 per barrel mark. And remember, Brent crude is gaining for the third consecutive day today. All eyes will be on US President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin's meeting on Friday. And perhaps, if at all a peace deal is signed between Ukraine and Russia basis that, then Russian supply is likely to increase. That, of course, will weigh heavy on oil prices, and oil prices could fall if at all that were to happen. But yes, for now, oil is gaining for the third straight day. Today it is up 0.3% near that $66.8 per barrel mark. But as far as gold is concerned, a positive clarification that has come in from US President Donald Trump. Remember, there was a lot of uncertainty on whether import of gold into the United States will levy additional tariffs. But now Trump has clarified that no additional tariffs will be levied on import of gold into the US. That's a positive. Gold, of course, is trading with gains of nearly 0.4% today. It is trading near that $3,350 per ounce mark. But remember, it ended with a downtick of over 1.5% yesterday. So yes, Kanishka, oil market that seems to be impacted by the new announcement that came in of a tariff deadline extension for China. But gold market continues to remain steady.
Absolutely. So that's how the commodity markets are looking. But let's also shift focus and see